I remember you. Yes, I did. Okay, just getting everything ready. Okay. So let's give you video. Try that again. Give you video.
Evening.
G'day, g'day. Haven't reset this yet. I did reset it, but it doesn't seem to like it until my stream starts. There we go. Here minimized, here minimized. Here on top. Okay. 5132. I think that's what I put on this one. A lot of those little updates in the back end are going for the modders so that they can add more content. Okay. Let's clear a little bit more room, shall we? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high? That should work.
Skeleton King. Welcome to my channel.
Hey,
Hello.
Skeleton King. How's it going tonight?
Good.
Excellent. Oh, the ceilings are going to be too high for me to reach my torches. That's okay.
Blind Neil.
I'll just bring a sliding block
Welcome
with me.
to my channel. Hello there, SK.
So now the fun task of clearing begins.
Hello, BN.
I remember the days we could just tab complete people's names. Now you have to put an at and it mentions them. And should probably clear this for quite a ways, then go all the way back up and then start digging down right at the wall in the front. That's roughly where I want to end this bottom cavern. This is going to take a while. So much less blocks to pick up when you use sledgehammers.
The bunker spreads.
Oh yes, this is going to be a full-fledged town when I'm done. When that will be, I don't know. Crystal keeps throwing the stone behind me. Okay, I think it's time to go start building my crystal structures again, so that I can carry these things around with me. Okay, let's go get some crystals. And up, and up, and up. And you're all going to be glowing red, aren't you? Because I never changed my taste. Hello, birdies. I didn't know you flew through my base here. Oh, I was right where I wanted to be. There we go.
How you discover cyube and township tale.
Cube, I went looking for a VR Minecraft-like game, and this is what I got. And so far as Township Tale, Twisted told me about it. these guys are going to go red on me. We can wait a few moments. I still got to finish the floor in there, don't I? Just finish this little sitting area. Put some grass over there, maybe another little pond. Yeah, I got to finish my flooring in here. But that's for a different time. Come on, hurry up and charge. I don't want to add more crystals to the items that I have on the floor right now. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Making use of a little hole in the ceiling. And when I first started playing Cube, there was only like 100 and some odd custom blocks added, and
I didn't know that you can make things with the crystals.
oh well, you can use them in certain crafting recipes. So because each crystal takes 1 slot in my inventory, I've took to carrying crystals around in my hand as opposed to in my backpack, because you can literally carry 100 crystals in front of you just off to the side like that, whereas your backpack, well, that's 100 slots gone. So that's what I did for this. And when I was doing some of my large mining operations and I was needing a place to put stuff, I'd fill up my backpack and then there'd still be a bunch of blocks on the ground. I'd be like, ah. So I'd click them all together into some monstrosity in my hand and then go back to my base and put them into a chest 1 piece at a time. All these need to go into a chest because each of these counts as an item in the world, but these will not be deleted when you hit 500. So if I put 501 of these on the ground or 500 of these, any mining I do, nothing will drop. So I'm going to get these all charged up one day, and in this little area up here, I've got a crystal room that needs to be expanded. And that's where they're going to go. Goody. Let's go. You can stay there. These guys.
How much years you are on you work?
Am I working on this? I forget when I purchased it, but probably, I don't know, it took me a while to find it. I went through a couple of disappointing survival games before I found this one. Well, one disappointing. I didn't make the same mistake twice. Dead game is dead. But it just had such an awesome concept to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have iron sledgehammers. We only had these guys back then when I first started here. Then again, we also couldn't, we could only place one block at a time. Oh, those were the days. Okay, so let's call this for now. There's still all the layers above this that I have to dig out. They should be fun. I think the rest of them are going to be 5 high, but because this ground is like this, I wasn't thinking. I just went nuts. Okay, so we're going to expand this a little more because it's not deep enough. Oh. Let's plant one of you for a moment. And... No, just the one, eh? Well, here, let's put you there so I can see more if they show up. Put this one back here. Nothing worse than finding.
Once I was playing Elden Ring, I had defeated a boss, and when I exited the game, I didn't save it.
Oh no. Always save your progress. I know that disappointed feeling. Almost made me learn scripting once. Almost. I'm gonna script this thing to save every 10 minutes, damn it.
I have to go.
Well, you have a good one. I'm glad you stopped by, and I look forward to you stopping by again. Oh, it's getting dark down here. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop
Mark
on this
T.
floor.
Welcome to my channel. It works.
Well, welcome, Mark T. Whoop. And what works?
Oh shoot, wrong account.
I guess I'll wait for the next absolutely completely random person to join.
Quill. Welcome to my channel. I finally got Cloud Walker's file read and write working partying face.
Oh, nice. Oh man, and you, that's that floating cloud thing that's going to help us build in the air so we don't have to use the bucket. Oh man, you have no idea what I put off because I was concerned about how I was going to build. You know that lovely glass bridge I'm building? Well, I saw something somewhere, and now I want to replicate it. Not block for block, but I do want to replicate the idea of it, which is to build down from a bridge. So the bridge is between the two mountains, and then the town is suspended between the mountains on the bridge. That's my next big project. And I'd started the bridge before I thought of that. So there will be some modifications to the glass bridge.
Benny. Welcome to my channel. I had is this game.
You had this game? This is an awesome game. As long as you got a decent computer, it's
Wait,
an awesome
no, I
game.
meant what is this game?
Oh, what? This is Cube. CYUBE. It's an awesome, it's a voxel game. It's all in, most of the stuff is blocky. But when it comes to things like trees, grass, animals, monsters, once those get created by the dev, they're not going to be blocky. It's just a very fun building game, which is also getting a lot of mod support recently. So we've got some modders coming out of the woodwork like Quill here, and he's working with the dev, or the dev is working with him, whichever way you want to see it. And the dev is making it possible for these guys to do all kinds of funky stuff, like his latest creation, which is going to be letting us fly without having to use the
It
bucket
looks like
glitch.
Minecraft LOL.
It does, but it's not. This is 100% VR built from the ground up. The only thing Vivecraft has over this, from what I've heard, is content. In every other aspect, from choosing weapons, etc., this game is much more intuitive and fluid. I mean, I like the game enough. I'm a Patreon supporter on it. I've had a couple of messed up worlds, and the dev has fixed it. And somebody else who is not a Patreon member just had a messed up world, and the dev fixed it. He's very, very active. So when I saw that and this type of game, I was like, yes. There's lots of updates in the beta stream, but they don't make it to the alpha to the release stream until they're like rock solid.
Kinda of looks like Skyrim mixed with Minecraft. Looks fun.
Oh, it is. Right. Next thing he's supposed to be working on is giving us more survival aspects. And then once the community thinks the survival aspects are sufficient for now, he's going to start implementing multiplayer, like server-based. Not sure many people.
I want to go back and build my windmill once the mod is tested properly. But I made a mess all over my world testing Cloud Walker.
Quill, I can teach you a hack outside of the stream so that you can reset those areas back to the factory setting without destroying anything you didn't want to destroy. If you're interested in that, send me a DM in Discord and I'll tell you how to do it. You can get rid of all of your test work. I had a bug with one of my worlds and I had to go in and fix holes that had appeared. So I know how to force it.
Is there a surface of the world in this game, or is it just in the underground mining game?
Oh no. There's this world is like 800 meters high, top to bottom. I can't leave you behind, so you're coming with me. Hey, let me show you outside. I've just spent a long time digging all of this. Plus, here, I'll show you quickly. I dug out here. Just had to make a tavern, a forge, and then 2 item shops for later on when I actually can sell it. Where I picked these up on the other side is a living quarters area. It's a nice little size too. Oh, I got a deer. I got a deer that spawned. I had a mod. I have a mod that changes the size of the animals, so I built all these. But before all these, I dug out this room and built all this. But before I could get to dig out this room, I had to dig out this cavern. And then just over here, that's the outside world. There's this world goes up to 800 meters high, which is 1,600 blocks. Each block is half a meter. This is another one of our mods that allows us to plant flowers where we want instead of just randomly everywhere. Here's the outside world. There's my baseball diamond that I...
What's that purple crystal thing in your hand?
Oh, this is, these are crystals. You use them, you can pop them in your head for a headlamp. Blue gives you a blue light. Red gives you a red light. You can also plant them in your hand, and that allows you to place up to 9 blocks at a time with one, and it's only half the blocks. So if you put down 8 blocks, you've actually only used 4. And the lovely thing about it is if you put down 9 blocks, you've still only used 4. So my favorite is to place 3 blocks at a time, because then I only use 1 block. My view distance is very limited. Hang on a second. Let me fix my view. So, we have a few mountains. There's my glass bridge I was talking about. Let's see if I can gain some height. There's my glass bridge up there I was talking to you guys about earlier.
I like the art style of this game, gives me good farming vibes.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that that is coming. The rabbits are a little larger than they should be. But the deer, oh, the deer are so much fun. We can't loot the bodies yet, but everything else, we can kill them. That's fun. Unlimited arrows, free bow. That won't be forever, though. And the ragdoll physics in this game are pretty darn good, too. Some things go a little funky sometimes, but that's to be expected in a game. So yeah, there's a tower I've made. That's not even as high as I can go. I'm only about halfway to the top from there, I think. So we have, where is it? So this here is our height meter. Starts at 0, which is bedrock. There is bedrock here. And it goes all the way up to 800. I don't know if you can see that, but that says 800. And I can climb to the top of that thing, but I think I'm only at 500 up there, or 50, something like that. But since I'm underground, I'm going to put this back to 20 because I don't need to see that far. This is a very demanding game. Whoa, can't forget my crystals. So as you see, the animals are very lifelike. Again, that's a mod that made them that big. They shouldn't be that big. See Mr. Deer here? He shouldn't be that large. But I like him that large, so he stays that way. Come here, my crystals. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was fun to make. Baseball diamond. I got the 2 bleachers, one on each side. Septrex made the blocks for me. And they're now available on the workshop, so anybody can use them.
Does that tower give you bad memories of climbing tower in Township Tale?
No, because it's just a spiral stairwell straight up. Actually, stair like this, stair like that, stair like that, stair like that. I don't know, in this game, it doesn't, even though the height seems large, it doesn't give me the same willies. But then again, I can't die right now. Should turn that back on. Gameplay, invincibility disabled. There. Now I can die. I had to turn that off because I had a mob plug-in running, and they were hitting me through the floor. My ceiling, their floor. But it's a lot of fun if you're looking for looking to kill something. Lots of somethings. Because they just keep coming at you and they hit you. And they're so cute too. I can't get over how cute they are. They're a little more cuboid in look.
That's funny, you are like the opposite of Dave. Dave is good at height in VR games except in cyube.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple of times. I'm like, you know, in Cube I can jump off the highest peak and not think twice about it. But then we didn't even have survival when I started playing this game. Survival's a very, very recent addition. Which we've all wanted for a while. So half the time it's on, half the time I forget I turned it off.
Is there magic in this game?
Not yet. I can't say for sure if there ever will be. All I can say for sure is right now there isn't. But I think it's possibly there. I don't have his. I probably should put his roadmap up, but he's got a roadmap on Trello, and water is something that's on the roadmap. We don't have water or lava in this game, other than rain. How it rains when there's nowhere for it to evaporate.
Mods are magic in that they work at all. That bucket with crystals is pretty magical, haha.
Yeah, and like I said, you can put the crystal in your head, and that gives you a blue light. He actually created that headlamp for this challenge right here. For this one. Total mine blocks in 10 minutes. World record holder, Zemkidan. So you put the crystal in your head, you've got 10 minutes to dig, and you can just see what's going on around you. So the record right now is 43,000. It hasn't increased much, and I'm at 34. That was my last attempt at it. The radial menu went through a few changes. Oh, it's a beautiful menu now. Next, we're hoping for durability, so that we can actually start using up our resources. There was a time the only thing I'd pick up was gold, because it's the rarest of the diggables. So gold was the only thing I'd pick up.
Have you ever played Skyrim VR?
Yep, I have it. I played one game on live stream, actually. I forget when. But yeah, I got that back in the early days when I first got my VR headset. Unlike a lot of people that played Skyrim, that was my first version of it, so I didn't feel too bad paying full price for a game that's been repackaged and sold as basically the same thing 15 times. I did have a copy for the Xbox 360, but I kept walking. Every time I'd walk, I'd do something like this. And I got very confused and lost very quickly. So I stopped playing. Never put a controller in a PC gamer's hand.
To experience Skyrim for the first time in VR, that must have been something.
Oh, it was. It was. Sadly, I have no video proof of it, but it was. I was walking around at the start, it's just like, wow. All the trees, and trying to figure out what they were trying to do to me. Because, you know, I was an evil person. And the dragon proved I wasn't so evil. I didn't get much in the way of views on that one, so I haven't really gone any further than just started the game. If you guys are interested, I can pop it up. And definitely, if you have mod suggestions for it, I will definitely use them.
What is your favorite type of VR game, like as in magic games or survival games?
Survival. Check out. I got a couple of streams in my random games for, or do I have its own Star Shelter? I put a lot of hours into that one. I'm scared to go back because I don't have my Vive wands anymore, and people on index controllers are like complaining about it. But it's a complete game, so the devs have moved on to something else. Hopefully they will come back and fix those bugs though. One of the last things they released for it was a quasi multiplayer. So one person, like if you had somebody in your house, one person could sit at your computer and use
I have Skyrim VR
creature.
as well, but I've struggled to get into it. I think I just enjoy pancake mode more. The VR experience makes me motion sick.
Oh yeah. The biggest thing for me in that one is I don't get motion sick much. I'm one of those strange people that this is the outside of your car. This is your car door when the car's going 100 and some odd kilometers an hour down the road. And instead of looking out there, I'd be like this, looking at at all the gravel whipping past. I don't get motion sick, so I didn't have that issue.
My favorite type of VR game is like fantasy, like Township Tale and Waltz of the Wizard.
Yeah, Waltz. I tried the free version, the demo version of it. I mean, it was an interesting concept, but I didn't go too far into it. I never got around to purchasing the full version. Whoop! I found a hole. Hey, look! I found a hole. Gravity glove. Gotta love it. And I'll get to show you the crystal placement in action. Oh, a few blocks to delete again, but that's okay. When I finally come back and put a floor on this thing, that's going to be fun. Come on. Yeah. Getting better at that. I mean, the gravity glove could be considered magic when you do that, right?
You should try playing horror games like Phasmophobia or Five Nights at Freddy's. It's always so funny to watch, LOL.
We'll see. I'll take a look at some of them. I'm not much of a horror type. I mean, most of the horror movies I used to watch were more for the gore and violence than anything else. Floating, aren't you? Ha ha ha, I knew it. Oh, that didn't work. Hey, you know what? I don't need all those blocks. They'll disappear eventually. Like I said, you mine over 500 blocks, and the first block you mined, it disappears. Okay, doke. That's a little bit of a start on this side. You know,
it always seems like a good idea until get into it. I was too chicken to go into the house in Phasmophobia and ended up not playing it again, lol.
I understand how, if these games are made properly, people will be scared. Why for no blocks over my head? There, blocks over my head again. Hey, look, I know that place. Where do I know that place from? Oh. Oh yeah, because I was checking to see just how high I could go from here. No more space.
Subnautica was surprisingly scary to play, but once you understand the mechanics it loses its effectiveness. I can't do any games with something chasing you. I hate the feeling of something following you with nowhere to escape.
Then definitely don't try, oh, what one is that? Hang on. Westworld. There's a Westworld game. Is it in my list? It's not installed right now, so it's not going to show up, is it? Yeah, it's not going to show up, but I got the Westworld game. Whew, that's something else. I mean, not quite in the scary way, but I mean, being chased down, having to hide from insanity as it's chasing you down. I don't want to give too much of it away, but that's something to have people chasing you down. You know what mod would be really useful for people like me who do stupid things like build massive structures? A measuring tape. So I could measure the distance from one place to another so I could do more easily. You know, I put a block down here, and then I put another block down at the end, and then I can, from this block, I can turn it around, or I can move that block, and it all stays as it moves.
I will join back in a few minutes. I got to go do something. Bye.
Well, thanks for popping in, Benny. Hope you make it back. And I'll see you shortly. Or tomorrow.
I think I have all the code I need to make that happen in cyube Painter already.
That would be a nice little thing to be able to just know the distances. So when I'm doing, because anything over like 50, oh my god, it's so hard for me to keep count. I even drop blocks every 10, but I'm still recounting again and again as I go back. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. But even if it's leaving it as part of cyubePainter, that would be perfect. Or slipping it into cyubePainter would be perfect if everything else is already there. But for now, I think we're going to say this is good. Not enough space. That's right. I was emptying my inventory. And once I'm full of resources, I can figure out what I'm going to do with all these resources. Not going to show my chest rooms again, but I have more stone than I know what to do with. To the point where I think I'm just going to, once I'm far enough along, I'm just going to wall up my resources behind something and I'll never know they're there anymore.
Measuring tape might make more sense as a separate mod for people who don't want to use cyube Painter since it's kind of a cheat mod.
There is that. But I mean, for the testing purposes, just in the beginning, you can leave it as part of cyubePainter and then strip it out, or leave it in cyubePainter, but have it as its own standalone as well after. Mind you, I don't think your mod takes all that much in the way of resources for the computer, so... Coal is just so fragile. Keep smashing the blocks. Coal is the one resource I'm going to need a lot of. That bridge and the subsequent building monstrosity that's going to go over it, around it, down it. And one of these days I'll have to do a delete all crystals.
I mean, it's such a simple askbar block textures and recipes I could probably finish in a few minutes.
Well, if you do, I will definitely test it out the next time I play. Just to see how badly I messed up on this length here. I mean, the wonderful thing about Cube is you can always just dig some more. Unless, like me, you do really tight like I did above. That doesn't work too well up there, but from now on, nothing on these levels is going to be issue to dig and expand. Oh, hello there, Nothingness. I think they wrote a song. Something about that? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Please don't take my life again. Yeah, try not to use two hands with the gravity glove on the same thing. Especially a crystal, you'll lose it. I just love the double. So much fun at times. Okay. No!
Wasn't aware you could do that.
Oh yeah, I discovered that a while back when I was working on my big pyramid. I was like, I wonder, because they both aimed at the same one. And if they both hit it, it's like it's alive.
If it does happen to a crystal, I can add it to my compilation of streamer pain.
Well, it'll be a similar video to the one with me dropping it from the top of the from my bridge. It'll be the same as that. But after he's explained why it happens, I don't see any rational way of stopping it. I see some costly ways of stopping it. Oh, broken light. Hello, light. Thank you. Or should I have said, let there be light?
I mean, for now I think it's kind of funny to watch crystals disappear into the world.
Yeah. Dyes do it a lot. Will do it an awful lot too. So much so that he gave us this because Chibi and I just kept pestering him. Delete all crystals. So now any crystal that's not in a storage container of some form will get vanished. So all those crystals that I dropped will be gone soon. I did it on another world. Oh, it felt so good. It was funny when I was complaining that there was only like 30 blocks dropping behind me. That's when Chibi was like, how many crystals do you got floating around? Oh, a couple hundred? Yeah, you don't want to have a couple hundred of those things floating around. Oh, why not? And I went and collected about 200.
They're not so expensive as to be too bent out of shape over it, but it's still inconvenient. So it's like the perfect sweet spot for a good laugh.
Yeah. I mean, it's only annoying if you have to go back to your base, because like me, I only carried 3 with me that time. Normally, like you see, I've got a mess of them, so one drops, it's like, just like I did. Bye-bye!
I don't have a button like that.
Yes, you do. You have to turn it on. It's in the advanced settings. Let's see. Can I remember where that was? Settings, gameplay, expert settings, right at the bottom. So come into your gameplay tab, right to the bottom, hit visible instead of hidden for the expert settings, and that'll give you this. Because he didn't want to have it up by default, just in case, you come across it one day, you've got all of your crystals on the ground in front of you, you're new to the game, and then you delete all your crystals. And it's okay, we won't have as many crystals going forward. The amount of crystals in a vein have been
Tim Horton double chocolate donut ice cream with fudge ripple is evil and addictive, haha.
Probably not as far as I did it on the other side, but that doesn't matter. Oh, it's definitely not as far. But again, that doesn't matter.
Can you upgrade your weapons and tools or not?
Yeah, you start with stone tools, and you can start with stone, and you go to so stone, then it's copper, and then it's iron. And same with the shovels, same with the axes. Sledgehammer is the only exception, and that you only get copper and iron. I use copper because it's more of a precision cutter. I don't know if you noticed when I ran outside, but I've got 2 iron sledgehammers sitting at my front. But those are too drastic damage. The splash on them is way too much. So I had to make these. And Zadeb popped in my stream. He's like, why are you doing that like that? Why are you using pickaxes? I was like, well, I'm using 2. Like, yeah, but the sledgehammers do it so much faster. And then I found the irons were doing way too much damage, and then Chippy and I had a little chat.
I knew we must have some amount of user accountability. If you are staring at a pile of crystals in front of you and see a button that says delete all crystals, pressing it is really on you. Like what you think it does.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to delete all my crystals. Well, what is your definition of the word all? But it won't delete all your crystals, just all the crystals that aren't in a storage of some form. So if you've got torches or you got crystals in your chests, they're safe. Mostly. But if you do too many work sites and you leave stuff charging at all your work sites, you could end up losing a good number of crystals. But then again, dig any direction underground, you'll get to them soon enough. And here's a pro tip for any of these items that are lying on the ground. They only stay on the ground to a certain distance. If you travel far enough away from them, they will despawn. So a trick I use to keep my valuables from despawning is before I move too far away, I log out and log back in. That effectively takes away their physics, and from that point on, they cannot be despawned by distance because they're considered something else at that point. A lot of my mining used to result in tons of crystals. So I was like, oh no, I just lost all the crystals that were out there. Oh well, where'd that vein go?
Have you ever played Rec Room?
No. I've looked at it, but I wasn't really too keen on random online people. And I was just in a solitary phase. Probably would have helped when I was looking for people to play Star Trek Bridge Crew, though. I got it for me and a buddy, and we never ended up playing.
I don't know why, but I feel like Rec Room horror games are more scary than normal horror games, lol.
Could be the individuals are a little more sadistic and don't have people saying, oh, you can't do that.
Isn't Rec Room like the Roblox of VR?
I don't know, but I did see it quite often when I was looking for free VR things. smashy the floor.
Since you like survival, you should try Green He Double Hockey Stick. LOL, don't know if the channel is family friendly.
My channel is set not made for kids, but that doesn't mean kids aren't welcome. I try and keep the chat PG, but it's not a requirement. So saying green hell is fine. But these days I'm mostly into, like, if it's not a VR title, I'm not as likely to look at it. Green Hell's, I'll look, but if Green Hell is a VR title, it'll probably make it on my list. If it's not a VR title, it probably won't make it on my list. I mean, if I start playing pancake games, then I'm going to have to set up a whole new profile in my OBS. And you know how excruciating those 30 seconds are.
My channel is also set to not made for kids. It's not that my content isn't family friendly, I just don't like kids. Green Hell just recently came to VR a few months ago.
Oh, then I will definitely take a look at that.
Plays Hell Split Arena, haha.
Yeah, I've also played Arizona Sunshine, and that game drops the F-bomb quite a few times. So that's why I'm not safe for kids, but if kids want to watch, I have no problems with that, especially if their parents know what content is being done at the time. So I don't want like an 8 and 9-year-old to be here when, you know, the guy in the middle of a zombie apocalypse is swearing his head off. Oh, I should go pick that stuff up before I lose my resources. I mean, not that I really need these resources, but one day, after I cut down all the trees outside, the one resource I'm not.
So does Green Hell. Your character just randomly says the F-bomb. Oh, the other reason I build these little things here is sometimes my crystals get in the midst of all of my droppings, and if they're stitched together like that, they don't get sucked into my bucket. I'm pretty sure you have to be 13 to have a YouTube account because of content privacy laws, but I suppose that doesn't stop anyone.
Well, there is COPPA, however the hell you pronounce it, and then there's also parents who will make the channel for their child. So I was chatting with one father who, because he's got his little daughter is on, and he always watches when she's online and stuff. So, and that's the level of parenting I expect. He knows what she's watching. He knows what she's doing. She streams too, which is actually how I ended up coming across her, because she was streaming this game. I'm trying to give her help, and she wasn't looking at her chat. Then her dad said, "Yeah, she can't see the chat."
I'm over 50, I just try to be respectful to all.
I'm almost there and I try the same. Still got a couple of years, but...
The Forest VR also seems like a good game you would like.
Wasn't the Forest just a port? That was one of the things with Skyrim that got me a little bit, is you can tell it was a port from a flat game. I'll still take a look. Wait, where am I going? Where was I going and what was I doing? Torches, that's right. And I won't be too far from those. Look, 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 I'm about to take another 50 torches out of my room of computer torture.
The Forest is a pancake mode game originally, yeah.
I'll check up on these games. Definitely put them in if you're on my Discord, definitely put them in the suggestions channel. Whether I say anything in the channel or not is not indicative of whether I'm looking for it. Oh, not up, down. There we go. Some of those I'm looking at, I haven't put any marks next to. Think I got enough torches? There's another room over here. And my system, my GPU and CPU frame times are all in the yellow and red.
The stream randomly keeps lagging now, I know why, lol.
Yeah. I very much apologize for it, but this is the only way you can...
GPU like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Please don't torture me today. Oh, how many more do I need? 6. So sorry about those lag spikes. As soon as I get away from here, see, these are my two iron picks, sledgehammers. Oh, and my respawn. I've actually used it once, my respawn torch. Okay. I got some other guys that need to move to the top, don't I? Yeah.
Speaking of Marvel, has anyone seen Doctor Strange yet? Speaks for the CPU, thank you for moving away for there.
Hey, you forgot the GPU. GPUs, what am I, melted plastic? No, haven't seen Doctor Strange yet. Nor the umpteenth reboot of Batman.
Have no seen the new Strange. It's been crazy at all the theaters to what I hear.
Does this look big enough?
I've used my respawn torch once. I fell from the top of a mountain while building windmill. I'm going to go play Township Tale. See you later.
Okie doke, you have yourself a good one.
So anyway, I'm working on a flying mod now. Not related.
Of course not. I've seen your beginning work on it. The pictures only. I haven't tried it yet. If I had, you'd have known. Does seem like something I will test. I will probably want to use on the next project I was talking about with the glass bridge. Build the structure around it. But before that, I'm going to have to go and dig a desert dry of sand so that I can have enough glass to build it all. I'm going to build it mostly out of glass because, hey, why not? We'll call it crystal and it'll be so much more hoity-toity like that. Whoops. That's why you break ores before you break them with sledgehammers. That plus you get more ores.
House of Glass.
Yep. Or City of Glass. Make a big hanging city from the bridge. Then I'll package up my world and send it to Dave and say, hey Dave, this place wants you. And I'll leave the spawn point at the very, very top. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I'm going that way. Mm-hmm. Got all confuzzled from the picking up, and I forgot which direction I was going. I'm not even sure I have enough space to store all my ores that I've got. I'm going back to my primary. Primary is where I went under and got all those torches from. Secondary one.
I was surprised to
just
hear
up
him
here.
jump in the last stream. When he kept exposing holes to ground.
Yeah.
I didn't think cyube got him like that.
Well, there's a reason the fear of heights is called an irrational fear and not a rational one. It's irrational, meaning you have no control over it. Sometimes I can explain it away, and other times it's like, get me away from here right now. It might hold a bit more fear for me if it was, if I was playing survival or, what's that? The instant death one where you die and you're done. You gotta start your world over. That would probably, the heights would probably affect me more in that instance. In this game.
Don't get me wrong. I completely understand. Building my floating windmill got me terrified too. I just didn't think it would get Dave too. Everything is more tense in hardcore mode.
That's it, hardcore. He puts a hardcore mode in this, that'll change my playstyle for sure.
Hardcore mode in cyube would be so interesting.
Once we get real monsters, like his orcs, not real monsters, because the monsters we have are real. It's just they don't drop anything.
But I think the game has a long way to go before that point.
Yeah, we need more survival before we can do hardcore. Like eating, healing. Then we'll be good.
I need farming in my life.
I always love farming on these games. When it's actually implemented well. Like I had back on my Minecraft server.
Of wheat, please, I'm dying without my crop gameplay.
On my Minecraft server once upon a time, I had like skills. So the more you did stuff, the better you got at it. And farming was one of them. Lumberjack and all of them, but the farming was a good one. And I had another mod that expanded the farming a lot.
Good old McMo.
Yeah, it was the old Minecraft. God, years ago.
That's why people start micro farms in RL, want that whole farmer feeling without the work. MCMMO asterisk.
Oh, and another crystal bit the dust. Although it's annoying, I am glad that he shortened the lifespan of these things. It's annoying because you got to change them a lot more often now, but at least it makes having them more useful. I think I'm gonna have to dig away at these walls a bit, or am I? Oh, maybe not. So it'll get bigger as it goes up. Okay, let's see if I can clear this one last strip. A hollow block of gold. I have a feeling I smashed a whole bunch of blocks of gold. The most rare element in the game, and it's also the hardest to see. I think that's Stone Brick's sadistic side coming out there. See, if I was mining that with a pick, I'd have seen it. Because it would have taken more than one hit to destroy the block with a pick. But even with the iron sledgehammer, it takes 2 shots to destroy any block. But you can also get multiple blocks destroyed in one shot.
We'll never financially recover from this. Bingo haze is what I'm puffing. Hybrid 78% THC 1% CBD roughly.
I don't know what I huff. All I know is it's good. I wonder where our co-op world is at these days. It kind of stopped its traveling. But I think a new player should have had it. 2 new players should have had it by now. New to the the co-op world. And of course, anybody who wants in, you got the game Cube, just join us in the Cube Discord and message at Round Robin Player, and one of us will get back to you and tell you that you're on the list.
I was surprised to hear it's still going.
Yeah, we just hit a little snag, but we should be on our way back through. And I expect a lot of the mods will be used there. As we can clone stuff and get it faster, get our creations going. So I see Block Factory and Cube Painter being very, very, very popular. Almost like they put the Block Factory in for my stuff. You just build it. The only thing the Block Factory sucks with would be regular wood. Put down regular wood, and when you go to break it, it'll all be it'll turn into the processed wood. I haven't tried it, so I don't know, but just because you guys are using the mechanics of the game.
Cyube Painter is pretty dope.
Yeah, it's got a lot to offer, a lot more than I tested out.
I want to hear some of you Sci-Tis play some of the blind people's games /.
I think you'd be sitting back and laughing yourself silly for a while. Things that we take for granted in our sighted world are explained in yours. So you'd probably be laughing as we just miss all kinds of little clues and cues about what's what. Another crystal bites the dust.
Septerix. Welcome to my channel. Once add to inventory is added to the API, Block Factory will be able to give you regular wood and not just processed wood.
Oh, hey,
I
Septrix.
don't know how I'd do playing such a game, but a long-time retail worker, I have perfected the very necessary skill of walking around a store with my eyes closed. When I watch stuff with my kid, I recognize the actors by voice, and being bad with names, trying to describe who they are is interesting.
I bet. Well, that's good news, Septrix. That'll be good news for also the whatchamacallit there, the monster mod. Be good for that one as well. Because then you can actually drop stuff. Okie doke. Well, I think I got a little bit done today. I should probably bring these guys up to get charged. My little underground city's coming along, slowly but surely.
The monster mod doesn't use the voxel API. Pretty sure it's already possible for Nico to add things to the inventory if they felt so compelled to do so.
Ooh. That would be, I guess, one he'd have to know, and two, figure out how to do it.
Please remember to tap that thumb up. It helps out the channel. Thank you /.
Okay, and with that, we're getting on 7 o'clock here, so I'm going to call this a stream. I'd like to thank Skeleton King, Blind Neil, Mark T, Quill, Benny, and Septrix for joining me today, and everybody else who joined,
One
who watched
step ahead
as well.
of you this time.
And everyone else that joined as well, thank you all very much. Should be back tomorrow. Most likely be back here because I got lots more digging to do below. So until tomorrow, whatever your time zone is, have a good one time zone. Have a good one, guys.